Wondering what this dance has got to do with diabetes? Oh, it was just a way people with diabetes were trying to impress upon everyone the ill effects of diabetes. The concept and execution were carried out entirely by the Sevashrama's diabetes beneficiaries. Diabetes. What's so special about this disease? People wonder why diabetes awareness is gaining so much importance. It is because very soon India would be the capital of diabetes, and if we don't wake up, our country will lose valuable years of productivity from people in the working age group. Apart from affecting the quality of life of its citizens, the country will also lose a lot of revenue on diabetes related complications. Having said this, let us listen to the annual report presented on 14th November 2016, the World Diabetes Day. Ms. Seema Raghav, the CDEI instructor, will elaborate how the diabetes care program of the Sevashrama has made a difference in the lives of people with diabetes.
Our Sevashrama's diabetes care program has been trying to address diabetes and its comorbidities and complications in diverse ways. It is trying to improve upon its services each year. At a glance, the services are supply of insulin and other accessories, distribution of oral medications, educating and empowering people with diabetes, retinal screening, monthly education classes, support group meetings, IDF recognized CDEI nurses training program, the community outreach program at villages and old age homes, camps at workplaces, for example industry, awareness programs at schools and colleges. Let me begin with our newer ventures. To inculcate healthy lifestyles right from the young age, our team conducted diabetes awareness programs at 5 schools and 1 college. We first created awareness by delivering right information about diabetes and healthy eating. The next step was to assess the impact of such diabetes awareness classes. By creating a competition and rewarding top 8 performers, we ensured that students took an active part in the assessment activity. We followed the same steps in each institution. A total number of 1,921 students from 5 schools and 68 students from a college were educated. I am glad to inform you that many students has assimilated our teaching. 49 of them also submitted posters related to diabetes awareness. Visiting widow homes, villages and industry to carry out detection and create awareness in the community are the other ongoing programs. Till date, we have carried out diabetes testing on over 3,000 people through our outreach program and founded a prevalence of about 10% adult population with type 2 diabetes. We have now connected our fundus camera with Dr. Shroff Charity Eye Hospital, New Delhi through Dr. Shalini. We are getting the fundus photography reports free of cost, and this has now become a daily event. The other standard activities to empower patients are ongoing on a regular basis. Going into the details, each month over 100 beneficiaries on insulin get their insulin, glucometer strips and other accessories free of cost. Likewise, nearly 200 beneficiaries get their oral medications for diabetes and other comorbidities like hypertension, dyslipidemia, hypothyroidism, etc. free of cost. Daily, 2 to 4 new people with diabetes are educated on one-to-one basis. As of date, in the past 1 year, we have imparted diabetes education to over 600 people with diabetes in our diabetes education classes held for 3 consecutive days in a month. Online, every month our support group gets connected to Pen Pals United through mentors in USA. In India, they get connected with Ramakrishna Mission Sevashrama Haridwar, CMC Vellore and KLES Medical College Belgaum. This year, 5 of our CDEI trainees successfully passed the IDF recognized CDEI training program to earn the title of Professional Diabetes Educators. You will very soon see them receiving prize money of rupees 5,000 along with their certificate.
We shall see what our social worker, Sri Braj Mohan, has to say about his community visits.
Diabetes friend. That is how I have marked my means of transport. In the past 6 months, I have contacted 34 of our diabetes beneficiaries in their homes who are mostly on insulin treatment for adequate diabetes control. When I visit their places of dwelling, I ensure that they are storing insulin correctly and suggest simple remedies to address their difficulties in day-to-day care of diabetes. Having type 1 diabetes myself, I understand their intricate problems and helping them gives me a sense of fulfillment. I also ensure that the relatives appreciate their responsibilities during an episode of moderate to severe hypoglycemia, low blood sugar levels. I also take this opportunity to screen and counsel other members of the family and their neighbors for diabetes and hypertension. Those requiring further evaluation and support for further testing and medications are directed to the base hospital. Let me sum up my observations. Ignorance and misinformation by people about diabetes continue to prevail in our society even to this day. Poverty adds to the problem. Quacks continue to have their say. Diabetes is contagious. A misnomer is quite common. If a person with diabetes is on insulin, the society in general considers that the individual is in the terminal stage of his life. People are ignorant about symptoms of the disease and also unaware of its complications. Some people, in spite of being aware, continue to neglect the disease because they are asymptomatic. Particularly young girls with diabetes maintain secrecy about their disease because of the fear of being looked down upon by the society and fear of not getting married. There are instances wherein married women with diabetes are uncared by the husband and other members of the family. They are also not provided adequate nutrition. Since they do not get necessary support to visit the healthcare setup, visiting the hospital regularly is a challenge to such individuals. The relatives would rather prefer the woman to die and relieve themselves of the burden to care for such an individual. All these lead to depression and suicidal attempts by the individual. It is my gut feeling that the society should have a sympathetic approach and encourage people with diabetes, particularly those on insulin, and support them morally and whenever necessary assess them for their medical needs.
Let us now see how education can have a huge impact on the community through 3 skits. Before going ahead, let me tell you that these skits were conceived and enacted by our diabetes beneficiaries. In the first skit, they demonstrate how carelessness and misconceived perceptions lead to disasters in diabetes management.
सावित्री, ये पैर का दर्द, ये पीड़ा अब मुझसे सहन नहीं हो रही है। मुझे ठीक करा लो सावित्री, मुझे ठीक करा लो। अब इस पैर को अलग हो जाने दो। मैं आप सब लोगों से ये विनती करता हूँ, जो शुगर में मैंने लापरवाही की है, आप लोग मत करना। मैं आपके सामने एक उदाहरण के रूप में हूँ।
The second skit intends to emphasize that many organs are damaged because of neglecting to care about diabetes. Low sugar levels can happen in any individual with diabetes. The last skit is meant to educate what one needs to do when an individual with diabetes ends up becoming unconscious due to low sugar levels.
हाँ बेटा मैं ठीक हूँ। क्या हुआ था मुझे? मैं एकदम से गिर गया बस। क्या किया आपने?
पापा आप चक्कर खा के गिर गए थे इसीलिए मैंने शहद चटा दी थी।
Now before summing up, let us see the other activities that we carried out on 14th of November 2016. The day began with nurses' prayer in the hospital and lamp lighting. Following fruits distribution in the hospital, senior monks of the Sevashrama flagged off an awareness walk. Pamphlets were distributed and short speeches were delivered by the roadside. Following some light refreshments, the stage program began. After the guests lighted the lamp, a prayer song was rendered by Miss Pooja and group. Miss Pooja Chakravarti is our nursing staff and a diabetes educator. She welcomed the gathering. This was followed by a Kathak dance by Miss Radhika. She is the daughter of Shri Suresh Saxena, a diabetes beneficiary. A few patient beneficiaries addressed the audience and briefly narrated how they had become useful members in society. This was followed by prize distribution of the freshly graduated CDEI nurses. 18 students from 5 schools and 1 college who had excelled in diabetes awareness evaluation program were awarded cash prizes. 12 patient beneficiaries faring well throughout the year were also awarded prizes and encouraged. Dr. Santosh Gupta and Dr. Jitendra Gupta from Manav Seva Foundation USA, Dr. Devashish Bhattacharya from New Delhi, Pradeep Kumar Chakravarti, a retired captain from the Armed Forces, and Sri Karthik Shekhar from Vivekanand Seva Society were the guests who addressed the audience. Sham, a beneficiary, is a potter by profession. Making peacocks artistically out of clay and having painted them beautifully, Sham handed over his artwork as a compliment to our guests. Vote of thanks was proposed by Miss Vandana Mahapatra, our nursing staff and a diabetes educator. Following the distribution of sweaters to patient beneficiaries, there was a group photo. This was followed by lunch. Before concluding, Sevashrama thanks all its supporters for their financial, technical, and moral support. It is only through the teamwork it has been possible to serve people in need.